Well guys, there's the 350 and here's the 4Runner, and there's Abby. Right, that door's locked. And here's Abby. Hey cutie. She's a boxer mixed with pit bull, so it's freaking adorable. Still training her. She's born on December 25th, so she's still a puppy. But anyways, I'll show you guys some issues I'm going to be having. First off, from the back of the distributor to the front of the shifter is about 10 or so inches. And from the front of the firewall to where I cut the shifter hole is 16 inches. So I'm gonna have to go in and see what I can do. It's gonna be interesting for sure, because I don't know if I can really notch the firewall all that much, because, well, well, you know what, that's really close to the end of the engine block, so frick, I don't know, I'll have to figure something out. But this is what I was talking about for those mounts. For you guys that are on my personal Facebook, I'm going to be cutting these mounts. I'll cut a little notch in them, like that, at a 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle. That way they'll sit on the frame all nice and purty. So I got to cut this stuff off the frame first. So I got quite a bit of work to do, but I'll get her done. Oh, and one more thing. Does anybody know what the heck this is? Because I don't. Anyways, I got lots to do, so I'll get at it, and I'll be sure to record as I go. Not like pulling the 4Runner motor. But you guys have seen that a bunch of times, so. Anyways, I'll get to it. Well, I got the old mounts off. Frig was at a lot of grinding. But they're off now, so I gotta re-brace those two flange things that stick up. I've got the shock towers welded to them, so I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. But now I think I'm gonna start working on the interior, friggin' tear it apart, find out what is behind here, and yeah, because it's not a lot of room. Frig sakes. Like, firewall is here and the dash like starts here, so it's like right, that thing pokes out right underneath my head unit. Why you gotta be complicated? It'd be so much easier if I had an automatic, but I can't for the life of me find an automatic adapter like this that goes from I think a 21 or 27 spline automatic to a 14 spline 205, and it's got to be this side drop because pumpkin. Hey guys, I had to rush real quick, but I got the 350 in, friggin' right. The mounts are welded in, well, they're kind of semi-tacked for now. I got both sides. These mounts here are off that Chevy frame. I had to torch them to fit the clearance steering and everything. It's tight. It's really tight. Hood is not bolted on, and I pulled all the linkage and stuff out, but yeah, it's 350 in there. Friggin' rights. We had to friggin' shoehorn it in. It was so freaking tight. I'm gonna have to redo all my fuel lines on this side too. And yeah, because I can't have them near the exhaust. And my breather tube's gotta move, but yeah, it's coming along. So the motor mounts, they're really simple. They're all Chevy stuff. And then you can see I cut this Chevy mount too, not quite as much as the other one, and just welded it to the frame, so that's how I'm gonna have to do it. Clearance for the rad is almost non-existent, so I'm probably gonna have to notch the core or the rad support and sink the rad in a bit, but then I run into problems with the friggin' winch being right up close here, and I need a fan on there as well. As for interior, I've got it all ripped apart. Oh look, you can tell there's not much of it left in there. I had to cut another hole in the front. You can see it there. There was some brackets and stuff. Actually, I think the brackets, nope, there's part of that mount. So that's directly above that is where the head unit bolts to. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to put the dash back in or what, but I guess I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Friggin' right. And here's a shot from the underside. I'm hoping that I'll be able to clear, will not have to notch the tranny tunnel, because that tranny is a little bit on the wide side, but friggin' right. Chris came over and gave me a hand. I greatly appreciate that, but yeah, he helped me mock it up side to side and everything. And I was gonna unbolt the bell housing, and he's like, don't do that. You'll have to reset your clutch and everything. So he told me about the 4 bolts for the SM465, and she popped right off. So yeah, interior. Anyways, I gotta go. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, take care. Alright guys, it's the next day. I'll probably end up making one big video out of this, but check it out. SM65, SM465, and the 205 TKs. They are heavier as frig. All I did is I put the engine cranes through the hole in the floor, and I made sure I bolted up the crossmember first, and then hooked the chain around the friggin' between the T-case and the transmission, and then I used a ratchet strap to pull it into place. Oh look, you can tell, kinda, it's dark. And then I put the 4 bolts in there. I just gotta tighten them up, and then lift her up and see how she sits. But friggin' rates. Then I got a lot of work to do, moving the fuel and different things. I pulled this off so that it wouldn't hit, because it was getting pretty close, but friggin' rates. Oh, I smashed this too when I was lowering the engine in by myself the first time. I don't recommend doing that. If you're doing a 350 swap in a Toyota, grab a friend. But anyways, here's a better view of the engine and everything. Couldn't give you guys it yesterday, but friggin' rates. Might have to get some ram's horn manifolds. My buddy has got a set. They're brand new, but I don't have the cash for them right now. But yeah, it friggin' clears the steering perfect. I'm really excited about that. You guys can see the mounts a little bit better. Oh, no you can't. But friggin' rates. And I think I figured out how I'm gonna do my clutch. I'm going to run a bracket off of focus, holy frig. These 2 bell housing bolts, I'll build a little bracket that goes off here and down to about here, and then use my Toyota slave cylinder to push on it. I'll start it all the way back, as you can see it's got a bit of travel, so I'll have it back here, and then that's where I'll mount the thing, and then it'll be good. So friggin' right, so I'll just grab a wrench and start tightening up those bell, or not bell housing bolts, but the bell housing to tranny bolts, and then lift it up, see how much clearance I've got between the tranny tunnel and the tranny, and then start making my mounts from there. Friggin' right, guys, she's in, it's all done. Now I just gotta run fuel, exhaust, and wire it up, which is gonna be easy because there's not many wires on this. So, yeah, and I gotta figure out drive shafts. Well, this is my next problem. When I bring this T-case crossmember up, one of the holes goes in the middle of the frame and the other one goes half on the frame. So, I'll show you guys what I came up with for that. these guys. I just cut a piece of 5/16 plate that I had as scrap, and as I was walking by the bench, I noticed, oh, I got my Dodge frickin' bumper mounts and stuff there. So I cut the, I already threw them out. I cut the little things off them and just welded them on. So they sit flush. Friggin' right, so I love that kind. And then all I gotta do is put these in the holes on the TK's Crossmember, raise it up and tack them, and then weld them. Friggin' right, so I just got this one done, so. Yeah, that'll work freaking good. So I'll get these in and then see what I have to do next. Well, I started working on the clutch system now. I'm gonna be using my Toyota clutch slave cylinder. This doesn't look like much right now, but you'll see it. You'll see what it is going to be used for. I got to drill a hole in here and a hole up here, and then well, I got to clean it all up too. Clutch slave cylinder will sit there. I got to weld a bracket onto the bottom here so that the Toyota slave cylinder can bolt to it, and then this guy will bolt up to the bell housing. And if my calculations are correct, it should work pretty good. I'll show you guys what I'm up to. Alright, here's my template that I made out of cardboard. You can see it's fairly accurate. The only reason there's a chunk there is because I made a mark there to give me a little bit more meat. But this is pretty thick stuff, so I don't think I'll have an issue with it. It's gonna bolt, you can't even see. Yeah, this guy will sit right in that notch there. Let's see if I can. Once it's cleaned up, it'll fit better too, but that's not too bad. Ow! Found the cross member with my head. See if I can scooch under here. Okay. You guys can see that, the clutch fork there. I'm going to be mounting the Toyota guy right there, and with the clutch fork being pressed all the way back, the Toyota slave cylinder should give me enough throw to make this work. So, if not, I'm going to have to figure something else out, but I guess I'll have to test it and see first. So anyways, I gotta clean this up and then drill a couple holes and see if it will work for me. Friggin' rights. And these mounts turned out pretty good too. Yeah, both the sides are done. They're just kinda semi-welded for now. I'm gonna go over and stitch everything once I clean the frame up a bit more. But yeah, she's all sitting under her own weight now, which is freaking cool. And I'll show you guys the shifter throw. I might actually be able to put my dash and stereo back in. Okay, so here's the shifter. This is first, so I think I might be able to put the stereo back in. That's second, third, fourth, and then reverse. And then the TK shifter will come up right here. So this isn't too bad. I might want to do a short shift on this thing if I can get away with that. Maybe not, because it takes quite a bit of effort to get it over there. But I took this guy and welded it all up. Somebody had welded the this rod has got a little collar on it with another little antler thing sticking off it that actually shifts the gears. Somebody welded this shaft where that little cup is to that collar, but it broke. So you could, like in reverse, you literally had like this much throw. It was just stupid. I had it in first. This is all the slop I got now in first. And it was like this much freaking slop. So it's a lot better. Friggin' rights. Then I gotta do a whole bunch of wiring. But I'm gonna be trying to keep this if I can. I'll probably have to modify the tack because it's for a 3.4 liter. I'm sure somebody's done it. I just don't want to. I want to try to keep this as stock looking as possible on the inside, minus all the holes in the floor. But yeah, it's gonna. It's definitely a huge project, but I can do it. I know I can do it. But it's getting pretty close to quitting time, so I guess I'll sign off. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and until next one, take care. 350.